What's up, ladies and gents, Ghost here, and today I'm going to be discussing Battlefield Classic Mode. So if you've been playing over on the CTE, you may know what this is already. Essentially, it's a new mode that they've created, which is supposed to mimic how things were back in the good old Battlefield days, and it's really half and half between normal mode and hardcore mode. So you'll see from the background footage here of me in the jet, there is actually no third-person vehicle cameras. So if you're in the jet, or you're in a tank, or any vehicle, you're not going to have that spatial awareness that you would normally have, for example in the jet whilst dogfighting. So dogfighting is completely new, it's very different for me, and also you guys can imagine the situation when somebody's trying to see for you in a tank. It's going to be much more difficult to spot those people with that lack of spatial awareness that third-person mode provides. Now on top of that, there is no more health regen for soldiers, and there is no more vehicle repairs for the vehicle's armour. So as you can see here once again, when you get hit by a heat seeker or an active radar missile, these things are like your worst enemy as a jet pilot more than ever now. You actually see here I have to land the jet, and I thought this would be actually rather annoying to deal with, but I must say that I actually quite enjoyed it. It just added another skill that you really have to have as a jet pilot to keep up in the air and really stay alive. So I'm looking here for a good patch of land to land on with enough space to be able to take off again so that I can jump out as an engineer, repair, and then get back up in the air, something you had to do on a regular basis in Battlefield 3. There is also no 3D spotting, so you can still spam Q and spot people up, and you can see the 2D spotting on the minimap, and this also means that pulling up the full screen map by hitting M, or Tab, as I like to hotkey it to, is much more useful, and you're going to really need to rely on this whether you're up in a jet or you're playing as infantry just to see an overview of the battlefield. But it's not going to give away your position, so say you're on a flank trying to kill somebody, you guys have probably been in a situation where there's like one enemy soldier between you and the most epic flank that you've ever experienced. That one guy manages to spot you up, you kill him, but then the rest of the guys can see you through a wall. I mean, let's face it, 3D spotting effectively, in some situations, is like wall hacks. So that really takes those situations out of the equation. There's also no kill cam, so once again, if you kill that one guy between you and that awesome flank, he's not going to be able to see you on the kill cam, find out where you are, and then come back and flank you. So here's a little bit of gameplay from infantry's perspective. Now in infantry, you only have squad leader spawn, so you can no longer spawn on all of your squad mates. It's similar to how it was, I think it was like this in 2142, and at least in Battlefield 2, you could only spawn in on squad leaders, which I think makes the game much more tactical. It makes the squad leader a much more important person within the squad. You know, it really has to be somebody who's strong. It's in your interest to have somebody who's good at the game and is going to stay alive longer and perhaps play cautiously than the majority of players do, so that you can constantly spawn on that person. And similarly, for the enemy team, it's going to create an important target to take out. And the last thing that they have added here, or rather taken away, is magazine reload. So instead of counting the bullets, i.e. if you waste 15 bullets from a magazine and then reload, it will take 15 bullets out of your total supply. Instead now it will take an entire magazine, so whether you use one bullet from your magazine or you use 30 of them, it's going to take an entire mag. You'll probably notice me doing this quite a lot in the gameplay footage here in the background. I didn't actually realise that this was the case when I was playing. I only actually found that out afterwards via a little bit of googling and looking at my own footage. Also, friendly fire is turned on in this game mode, so you really have to watch where you're shooting. Now that said, it isn't really as hardcore as hardcore mode is. You know, hardcore, I think it's 60% damage, but in classic mode, you still have the 100% damage. So in terms of the weapons and how long it takes you to kill a target, or how long it takes you to kill a tank in the jet, all those things are going to remain the same. So I've definitely been finding classic mode thoroughly enjoyable. It's been a much more involving and tactical experience than I've been accustomed to playing Battlefield 4, and I'm pretty sure that if this is released in the September patch onto the main client along with all the rest of the changes, I'm probably going to play more classic mode than anything else. It really is a lot of fun, and if you have access to the CTE, i.e. if you have premium, I really recommend giving it a go. The main problem right now is that most of the servers that play classic mode just don't have any players. For any of you guys over on CTE, you'll know that finding players to actually play with is really the hardest hurdle to overcome if you want to go and test things out in there. So hop onto the CTE, find some classic servers, guys, go and give it a go, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of this game mode. And this is, remember, coming from somebody who doesn't play hardcore. I've never really been a fan of hardcore mode, neither in Battlefield 3 nor Battlefield 4, but classic mode I really do like a lot. As always, thanks for watching the video, guys. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.